Sometimes I hate my dog.
As soon as we're ready.
There's a honking horn. I'm going to eat it.
It's trailing.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this episode number 2001, a Good Morning Guys Odyssey, brought to you by Garbage Truck on Fire. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night of the Good Morning Guys podcast as we talk about the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I am one of your hosts, the Brazilian Mountaineer and Transition Ninja, Lucas Ham Aswisha. Also with me, the judge, jury, and executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel.
You know, some of the biggest jerks around are those that wear sunglasses inside.
And the especially big jerks are the ones that they put them down the bridge of their nose like that.
Mm-hmm. Also with me, the judge, jury, and executioner. Wait, we already said that. To his left and my right. Thank God, it's hard to read. It's hard to read scripts with sunglasses on. To his left and my right, the volleyball and beast of the east who can make you laugh in 3 words or less or your money back, Ronnie Johantis.
Yellow. Hello.
Yellow to you.
Hello.
And the final member of the GMG Quadfecta who's got music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Carreta in his old stomacho, the artist formerly known as Carcass, Marc Boucher.
What's he known as now?
I mean, he's alive again, so...
Yep. I'm no longer
He's alive! He's Marc Boucher. That's it.
Feels like a lot of people here tonight.
There are. This is a full house.
Like this is way too many people.
How do we not talk over each other? And
we should start raising our hands.
Yeah, this is yes, you in the front with the face.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
You in the front with the face, opposed to the ones that do not have faces.
There'll be no faceless cab drivers.
The people in the back, they don't have a face; they have a butt. I don't know where I was going with that.
The people in the front don't have butts?
No.
We're all equally in the front of this show. That's the problem.
That's true. That's true.
None of us have
There's
butts.
nobody in the back. You're right. Well, if you're new with us, joiner. If you're new with us, joiner, I'm so sorry. This is. I would say this is not how it usually starts, but it is. But it isn't. But it is. If you're not new, well, you signed up for this. You brought this on yourself. Welcome to the Garbage Truck on Fire.
And they brought all their friends too.
And they did. Thank you for bringing all your 3,000 friends. Thank you for joining us. If you're a new listener and you're from Grafton, call my parents, okay, and let them know why you're listening. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Do we want to talk about this on the show?
I mean, we can bring it up.
All right. How many listens is it, Pat?
What
was this? 2 weeks ago?
Up through
this month has been by far, we've had the most listens of our podcast in any month by a lot.
So, yeah, when comparatively to 2018 and 2019, we are already surpassed the 2019 numbers and almost combined with the 2018 numbers so far in the first almost 3 months of 2023. It is nice. So we do have a lot of new listeners out there.
Yeah. My only guess, one of my guesses, is because you did say last week that the episode was number 2000, so maybe just more people listened to try to catch up and they were confused.
Is that why you went 2001 today?
They kept listening. That is correct.
Keep the ball rolling, baby.
They listened to it at 100 speed.
We're renumbering it now, so we're at 2001 today. We'll see what happens next week. 2002. Yeah, and what's funny is you said that a large number of them are from the Cincinnati area.
Yeah.
Which has a population of how many? What's the guesstimation of how many people live in Cincinnati?
9 million people.
1 billion.
1 billion.
You guys are the worst.
I have no clue how many people live in your hometown.
Okay, my hometown has 6,000 people.
He would know that.
I would know that. That's right.
He would know
That's
that.
right.
That was a bad move on my part.
Population of Cincinnati is 308,935.
Okay.
that is what in downtown.
Was that
Cincinnati?
2015 numbers?
No, that's
That's in
2021
one
numbers.
building downtown.
That's in one building.
So 300 some thousand, a lot of viewers. And then the next down, I think you said, is my hometown of Grafton, West Virginia.
Yeah.
With, I think the number of listens, it comes to about a third of the population of my hometown, which I don't even comprehend how that works.
I don't know either.
That why you're wearing those movie star shades?
That's
today?
right. I'm feeling so like,
It was
top
like
of
a
the world.
festival or something.
I'm now a celebrity.
So they give us a QR code and just download
Somebody
it right
graffiti
away.
a billboard with our podcast on it.
Maybe it's possible. I mean, it's weirder
Someone-
things have
yeah.
happened, I think.
I don't know.
Yep. So
I like
it. As is tradition, after the banter and randomness, mini improv or update on listens that we are still baffled about, we want to talk about life. What's going on with you guys? Of course, we're going to talk about what's going on with our joiners. And they had lots to share, so we have lots to discuss. And all four of us are going to be sharing, so get ready, folks, for a 2-hour extravaganza.
I will
JK.
quit before 2 hours.
And
You
we're
won't-
starting to drop
we will
off.
be down to
We
3.
will actually die.
Yeah, you won't even say goodnight, everybody. You'll just disappear. Like, just click. All right, with that, since you're a flight risk, Ronnie, why don't you start for us? What is going on?
Man, I had a lot this week actually.
Ooh, all right, lay it out for us.
I'll start with video games.
Do it.
So this past weekend, I played the Diablo beta.
Oh, right.
Diablo 4, right?
Diablo 4 beta. They had it open for I guess the 3 days over the weekend. It's going to be open again next weekend, I think, with a couple of additional characters. This beta only had the barbarian, the rogue, and what was the other one?
Paladin.
The sorcerer.
Ah.
And then this
so
weekend,
close.
they're going to include the druid and the necromancer, I think.
Cool. Now, is this multi-platform or is this just on PC?
It is
Open beta?
multi-platform, cross-play. Apparently, this game is designed to be, cross-play, which I guess there's no benefit to playing on the PC like there is with a lot of games, as opposed to
Right.
like console. They
That makes
changed that.
sense.
But yeah, it was really, man, I really didn't have a whole lot of problems. Initially, it took an hour to get in.
That's like
Whoa.
That's
wow.
like typical with like
Yeah.
open betas though. Like
Yeah.
everybody's trying to brute force their way in.
Yeah,
at the
I
same
thought the
time.
same thing. When I was trying to get on, it's like, man, this is a long wait time, but it's a beta. They just released it. You know what I mean? Like, so they had that fixed, I believe, within 24 hours,
Nice.
and I was able to log almost in immediately every time.
Nice.
So it was pretty smooth. I didn't have a lot of problems in the game. I know I was playing with my brother Eric, and he got like stuck and he couldn't move at one point. And he had to like teleport to me or something. That was really one of the only things that I experienced. It was very smooth.
Nice.
It
Why they do
felt like Diablo.
Nice.
I mean, that's a plus. That's
It,
good.
it really did. Yeah,
That's what we're
it had
looking
the
for.
Diablo feel. It was smooth. Just great, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm like bummed that I can't play it this week. Like I have to wait until another weekend to log back in, which is kind of a bummer.
right?
But do what?
That's this weekend though, right? They're doing an open beta
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah, it is this weekend. I actually think the game is pretty far off still. So,
Is it?
Isn't it? No, isn't it a couple
June?
months?
June,
Yeah.
maybe June.
Yeah.
That feels far though. That feels far off.
I'll tell you what. I was reading some people's reviews online for the Diablo 4 beta, and I read one. It said Diablo 4 beta game of the year.
It was really awesome. I
Yeah.
thought there was going to be so many more issues, and there really wasn't. Like, it was a very smooth game. We even got into, so I guess I don't know what's new from Diablo 3. Like, I guess I don't pay close enough attention to be like, oh, they added this and this is different. One of the things that I noticed was that they have like world events now, where
Cool.
Eric and I did this world event, and it was like us
They had
and like
world event in a beta. That's amazing.
yeah, and it was like us and like 12 other players, like 12 other players, and we're all just running through this thing, fighting these huge mobs. It was super cool.
And so with all of that, and there was like no hiccups, no slowdowns.
Completely smooth, man, with all those
What?
players, dude.
Wow.
there was players in town all the time. You know, like it's like classic Diablo, where when you're in town, you can see everybody and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just super smooth. Like I expected it to be much, much worse.
And what are you playing it on?
I'm on my Xbox.
Xbox Series X?
The big
The
black
refrigerator.
one.
Yeah.
The
Series
fridge.
X. Oh my gosh. You got those teraflops in there.
Yeah, Eric
That's
actually
nice.
said he ran it on his old Xbox just to see because
Yeah.
one of our buddies has only an old Xbox to see if it would work, and he said it was pretty slow. It was pretty slow on there. So
Okay.
but I mean, I think you can still get it for that. But
Good luck.
Yeah. Not worth it.
yeah, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Outside of that, I've just been playing some Rocket League. I think Minecraft has taken a little bit of a break.
Oh, really?
So I ordered the Dino one. I played a little bit of that. It's actually really cool. I actually made a big dino pen, and we had a couple of like tame dinos or whatever, and I decided I'm going to put them all in this big pen so I don't have to worry about them running away, because the only alternative is tying them to a fence post, which
Tying a
Never-
dinosaur to a fence post.
yeah, actually it'll hold pretty much every dinosaur except for the flying ones that just take off on you.
Okay.
But I put them
Makes
all in
sense.
this pen, and then my Carnosaurus or Carno, whatever, he
Ate
ate
'em
the
all.
rest of them.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was like those
Yep.
those like Chinese fighting fish, those beta fish. You put them all in the same cage, and they
Oh,
all
yeah.
just like rough each other up. It was just like that,
Mhm.
really. I just found like all my saddles and stuff all over the place. He went on a frenzy. But it is really, really cool. We had a lot of issues up front with that mod, but then I guess they corrected it.
Mhm.
On the life front, I have some big news. I feel like Lucas probably should be here though.
Oh my gosh.
Since
Where
he's
did
vanished.
Where did he go?
Before he comes back, here's what we did this weekend. We had a gender reveal this weekend.
You did. Yes, you did.
We did.
Oh,
We did have a gender reveal this weekend. We told all the parents. We bought some of those. He's back as soon as I started the description. If I just would have waited 30 seconds. So, Lucas, we did our gender reveal this weekend.
And you're
You
muted.
are
you're
muted
muted.
for sure.
Yep. Mhm.
I knew that.
Yep.
Well, sweet.
I knew that.
All right.
Yeah, we went to each of our parents' house. We bought some of those like confetti cannons or whatever,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and like popped them off at each of the places or whatever. So kind of everybody had their own little thing.
Mhm.
It wasn't a big one, but before I tell you, what are your guesses?
Son or daughter?
Yeah.
Those are the two guesses. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna
Just throwing
say
it out there.
I'm gonna say eats a boy.
Boy,
You have a little princess.
princess.
Oh, dang. I have to break the tie.
It's up to you here on whether the
Mm.
show's going to be
Probably
wrong or
super
right.
wrong. So
I mean, the answer that keeps coming to my head is it's a girl.
Two girls and one boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is a. See how long you guys would
Like
wait.
sweating bullets here.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
look
a
at
boy.
you, Marcus.
Mark's always
I
right. He's so
win.
good at these games.
Yeah.
He's so good at these. He probably
Mark
looked it up.
fact.
Yeah, so it was really exciting.
Awesome.
Ultimately, we won a couple. We won a couple of kids, and
Mhm.
yeah, we want one of each. So we're super excited.
So next logical question:
Yes.
have you picked a name?
We have not.
Okay.
Okay.
We honestly
No
don't
rush.
have literally any idea. Like none. Not even like one out there that we're like, oh, maybe. I actually feel like there are
Have you
so
talked
many.
about how you're going to go about it? Like, you're going to go
No.
through a book, or are you going to
I don't
like
even know what we're
Throw
gonna do.
darts at a wall.
start talking and like veto each
We're
other?
just start ripping out pages in phone books and looking at them.
Yeah. Do we?
I have
Wait,
no
do you guys
idea.
still have those?
Yeah, no, I don't think I have one. I'll have to ask one of my grandparents or something.
Right. They'll definitely have one.
I'd like to
No,
introduce
we
you
haven't
to
picked
Baby
anything out. I
Mephisto.
actually like, just in thought, like it's a lot easier. I feel like to pick out a girl's name. There's so many like pretty girls' names, and that just seems like that would have been an easier task. Maybe that's just because I have to pick
I
out
have
a
a
boy's
couple
name.
names for you. Seven and Soda.
7.
Seven
Yeah, that is
Johansons.
solid. Yeah, we don't have anything, but everybody was the parents were really excited. My mom, she was definitely, you know, definitely emotional about it.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was a really great weekend. We drove all over the place. We drove all to there. One lives in Lebanon, one lives in Blanchester. Her dad lives in Dayton. So we were.
Wait,
just
how many
everywhere.
reveals did you do?
3. Nope, we did
Nice.
4.
Oh, 4.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, one of them was just stop by. Elizabeth's like her best friend stopped by her house and just real quick, not
Hey,
really
it's a
like
boy.
whole
See ya.
event.
So did you?
We were
did
going
you
by,
do
we're
Yelling out the window.
You did all of
Just
them
blow
with
it out the window.
confetti cannons, all of them.
Yeah, we bought a pack off of Etsy, and there were 6 in there. So like at
Ooh.
my
You
mom
could do 2
and
more reveal parties.
Well, no, we used 2 at my mom's.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
2.
Man,
I think 2 at my dad's.
That'd be so confusing. Like, are you having 2 boys?
yeah. Yeah, somebody's like, what if they're different colors? And I'm like, if they're different colors, then
Keep you
I was thinking to
guessing.
myself, that means we got the wrong ones.
You shoot it off, it's green. What is this?
Yeah, well, I don't. Aliens.
It's a dinosaur.
If it was green and it'd be a boy, that'd be Bruce.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fair.
Mhm.
Fair.
Ours is a
But
boy.
no, we-
Ours
we-
is a girl. We have a Hulk.
No, immediately when I found that it was a boy, one of my first things that I thought of was the Nate Bargatze special where he says like how girls are like princesses and things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And then he was
Yep.
watching his buddy's boy, and he's like, he was under the deck chewing on wires, and I'm like, oh, man, this is gonna be something.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be yours.
A Wolverine back there.
Yeah, a lot of people
Ooh,
might not
Logan's a
believe
good
this
name.
though, but I was a really, really well behaved kid.
You know what that means?
As a young child, I was afraid of authority.
Your son is not going to be like
It's going
that.
to be the complete opposite.
You know, it skips generations.
Yeah, that's probably true.
This kind of stuff. Like whatever
probably right.
whichever way you leaned as a kid, chances are.
Well, then I was a terrible kid. I was in trouble
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh, you're going to lie.
With the
Okay.
cops.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
the
it
cops.
was in jail.
Tell stories to your son all the time. Just like,
I'm
let me
not
tell you about this
going
time
back.
I got arrested.
I was on
in
death row
3rd
at
grade.
10 years old.
Just want to cut my rap album.
Walking a green mile with my juice box.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I did this week.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank
Awesome.
you very much. She's
How's
not
she
as
feeling? Yeah.
she's still nauseous most days. I feel like almost every morning, there's like a nauseous session. So
Yeah.
she's just a trooper, man. She's just a trooper, man. Just like pushing through.
Mhm.
I think the her app. I actually asked her this time in advance instead of my app because it's like a day behind. I think it switches like to the next week
okay.
every like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
But hers said it was as big as. Look it up here.
Cantaloupe.
That's a little
the size
bit.
of an actual baby.
A
It
watermelon.
is the size of a disposable camera. That's how big he is this week. So
Okay.
Is this
Which
like,
I was confused
this
by
is a
because-
90s or 80s.
that was
one,
yeah,
right?
that was like
Wind
the
up
this is like the
disposable
90s
camera.
baby. But the week before, it confuses me because the week before it said Pop Tart, and I was like, that's bigger than a disposable camera, though, right?
Usually. I would say so.
But
I mean, not the mini Pop
Is
Tarts.
it one of those big Polaroid disposable cameras?
I feel like that's the size of like a real child as well.
wait, is there disposable?
What does that weigh? Like 12 pounds?
No, there's not.
There's not a disposable Polaroid
It
camera.
was-
They're all
Yeah.
disposable if you want
You're
them to be.
making up stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so
Huh.
she's coming up on 19 weeks.
Yep. Very good.
We are not ready
Disposable
at
camera.
all.
You're never ready.
Ah, it's all good.
Yep.
Something to think about.
Next few months.
Yeah. Something big to think about. Every one of us in our lives has kicked a pregnant lady.
Oh, geez,
Okay.
Pete.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Hate crime.
Oh.
I think I'm going to be the one to break the cycle here.
Just saying.
Thanks.
That's
Well.
true. That's true. What about you jerks?
No, Ronnie was a law-abiding citizen. He
That's
never
true.
did any of that
That's
stuff.
true. Even when he was in the womb.
Yeah, when he was
Didn't even kick at
when he
all.
was in his mother's womb,
Yeah,
he was
dude, I
like,
was
"Love you, mommy."
afraid I was going to go to jail then. I was really scared.
I
of
mean,
stuff when
weren't
was a
you
little
in
kid.
jail technically in your mother's womb? I mean,
I
that
don't
was
know.
like a jail cell.
I mean, I don't know. Like when you're in there, like you don't know anything else, so you don't really like want to get out. You know what I mean? You don't know anything else, so I don't. And the thing is when you're in jail, you know there's an awesome outside that you're not in.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. There you go. The more you know.
The more you know.
The
Obviously,
educational podcast we have.
Yeah, I am a doctor, so you can trust me.
I am not, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
I did stay at
Ew.
Holiday Inn Express last night.
I know how to use WebMD, so I am also a doctor.
Fair enough.
As long as I have time to search on.
Do you guys, or
the internet.
are you, or do you have anyone in your lives that uses WebMD too much and just like incites panic in their own lives? Mark doesn't.
Eric did that this morning. He's like, I hurt my leg, and I Googled. I was like, oh man, what are you doing?
What a mistake.
What are you doing? It's
Mark,
like,
you're
I
that guy?
I should have been dead yesterday. That's what it said.
That's how bad it is.
It's like, oh
I just-
man, I just had a weird pang in my stomach. Oh, yep, it's cancer.
Yeah, dude, I don't even. It's always the worst
My
possible
foot's
thing.
coming off.
Like, oh man, my ankles hurt. Oh man, I'm gonna lose my foot. Like,
I'm dead.
yeah, dude, it just always seems like it's the worst possible thing. Like, I don't know. I don't like to
gets
look
mad at
anything
me.
up. I don't even want to know.
No.
Kristen gets mad at me because I look it up. She's like, stop it! Stop looking at it.
I have like a. I don't want to say it's a rule because it's very loosely. There's really not any.
More like a guideline.
Yeah, guideline. After a couple of days, if you've had something going on that's still like bothering you a little bit, then it's like, okay, maybe if a couple days it hasn't gone away, then I'll maybe take a look. You know.
It's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Marcus, Mr. Captain WebMD himself, would you like to share life with us? Let us know what your latest symptoms are, that kind of stuff.
We should start adding MD behind his name.
Itchy eyes, runny nose, all that kind of stuff.
You're dead.
Yep.
You're blind.
The
You're going
fourth
to be
symptom
blind
was
tomorrow.
death.
Oh, no.
Well, I was
Just shows a
dead.
skull and crossbones.
You were a carcass. You came back.
Yeah. So on the real life side of things, let me go ahead and pull up my little notes here.
Oh,
Make sure I
there we
got
go.
everything.
Well, all right.
For this presentation,
time.
for this TED Talk,
Share your screen for the PowerPoint.
In this presentation, I will discuss my main points.
Slide 1 of 63.
Yeah. So which one should I do first, Iffle or Earl?
The first slide, please.
if Earl.
That
Or
doesn't
whatever
help
fires
at all.
you
Mix
up.
it together. We can guess if it's Iffle or Earl. Go.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like it.
It's gonna be
So I went and saw a movie.
Fake
That's
news.
this is the video game world.
Yeah, this is watching a movie in a video game.
Yeah, I was watching it in VR. Yeah. No, I went and saw a movie last Friday night. It's a movie called Shazam: Fury of the Gods. And it's made me really sad. The movie
Uh-oh.
didn't make me sad. I enjoyed the movie.
Oh, good.
What's making me sad is that the movie made less than $30 million over the weekend, which is a travesty. Like that's less than Morbius. Just putting that in perspective.
That did have Keanu Reeves though, didn't it?
Morbius did not.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
It's
yeah.
like the Dollar
That's a
Tree,
good-
Dollar General. Keanu Reeves.
Dollar Tree Keanu
It
Reeves.
does feel like that.
if Keanu Reeves had been
I've
in that
never even
movie,
thought of that. That's ridiculous. That's
I
hilarious.
can't
That's why I
unsee it
thought
now.
was him. That's why I thought it was him.
If Keanu Reeves was in that movie, it would have bumped up at least by $25 million.
For
I
sure.
I thought he saved it by that. That's what happened there, but I was
Yeah,
wrong
sadly.
about that.
Sadly not. No, I think it's just because people are so tuned out to DC EU stuff because they're rebooting everything. That it just doesn't matter to them as much. But
I think that could stretch across even Marvel. To be honest, Mark, I myself am one of those people where it's just like the superhero stuff for me. Like there was such a rush of it, I feel like, and all that excitement, and then like this high peak of Endgame, and now it's like all just kind of trickling down stuff, and I like.
yeah.
I guess I felt like overwhelmed by the whole thing, and I'm like, man, I'm just done with superhero stuff for a little bit.
Yeah, I think people saw the huge magic trick that was Endgame, and where do you go from there?
Yeah.
You have to beat yourself, basically, top yourself. But I mean, all that being said, like, I enjoyed this movie. If you enjoyed the first Shazam, you will enjoy the second Shazam. It was good. I would give it 7.5. Well, not 7.5. I'd say 8. I'll give it an 8. Lightning at my hands. Out of 10.
Mhm.
Out of 10. No, it was very enjoyable. Zachary Levi is awesome as like pretending to be a teenager being an adult, and who is also a superhero. He's just really good at it. And I thought the story was good. It's definitely better than Morbius, like leaps and bounds better than Morbius. But yeah, and they didn't really market the movie very much, I don't think.
I don't think I even knew about it.
Yeah, it is pretty weak. And like I said, they're rebooting everything pretty soon, so everybody's like, does this really matter? The next one that's really going to matter is the Flash, honestly, because that's going to be what's going to reboot their universe.
It just seems like they keep spinning their tires. It's like they just keep doing like a couple things, and then there's always a reboot on the horizon, it feels like.
Well, yeah, that's because they keep doing stupid things in their world that like people don't want.
I like the new Batman, though. I have to say, like,
yeah,
I went back and watched it. I think it's awesome.
Oh, the Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And they're making a sequel to that.
I liked it a lot.
But they're also making they're getting a new Batman for this new DCU. It'll be separate.
They need to stop getting new Batmans.
Yeah. Well,
you see, pick one.
Well, the Batman, the Robert Pattinson one, that's going to be what they call an Elseworld story. It's separate from everything else, so that way it doesn't have to be connected to a universe.
See, they built good characters in it. I feel like they.
Yeah. I don't know, but all that to say, I enjoyed Shazam 2. I thought it was good. I recommend it. So it's up to you whether you want to see it, even if it's not leading anywhere in terms of a greater universe. It's still a good sequel to a good movie. So that was enough continuity for me. So
yeah, most movies don't lead anywhere.
Yeah. So, but yeah, my wife and I had a great time watching that. Now, one thing that I watched that wasn't as good as Shazam, and we had this discussion, I think, back in our Entertainment in March episode that we did.
Mm-hmm.
I decided, for kicks and giggles,
Children of the Corn.
Yes, absolutely. Incidentally, not that much corn.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. But yeah, no, I watched the first episode of Gotham Knights.
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
just to see the train wreck, just to see if it was that bad as I thought it was. And guess what?
Ding 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 ding.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Ooh.
Still not that good.
Not good, but not the worst.
You didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't. See, I wouldn't even say that. Like I have issues.
He did hate it.
I didn't. No,
Not that
okay.
much.
I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, wow, this is not the complete and utter garbage, dumpster fire that I thought it was going to be.
It's edible garbage.
I've still got issues with it. Like, it's very much a CW show. Enough said there.
Yep.
And they like to really play with the sandbox of the Batman mythos and like put things like way out of order. Like Batman's rogues gallery, like all his enemies are a response to Batman. Batman Begins kind of touched on that when they talked about escalation. It's like they bring we bring semi-automatics, they bring automatics, and you're a guy hopping off roofs in a mask. And so that's what it's supposed to be. But they're introducing all these characters, and spoilers, although are you really going to watch it? Batman is dead in the first episode.
Oh, now I'm not watching it.
Yep. Yeah, Batman dies. Not only is he shot, he is pushed out of a window off a skyscraper. Yeah. So they made sure he was dead. They have a guy playing Harvey Dent, pre Two-Face. So there's already a Batman that has now died, and no Two-Face. It's just Harvey Dent. And like, you've got the Joker's daughter, like an illegitimate daughter, like not related to like Harley Quinn. It's just some other kid that he had in prison. Yeah, he literally had a child in Arkham. So that was weird. But and then they have several like C-list.
Guess they have conjugal visits there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Well, I know how that
Well,
works. But
so
Let me tell you, I just got wrapped up in it.
when mommy and daddy love each other.
it's got to do with belly buttons. I've heard that.
Yep. And the color purple. I don't know what that has to do with it.
Purpling.
Yeah, but that, and they brought in a brand new character as Batman's son, like adopted son, like no one.
I'm adopted.
Yeah. No one previously tied to the universe or anything. It's just this brand new character that had no idea that his dad was Batman until after he was dead and all this kind of stuff. And but now they're all being framed for it, like he and the Joker's daughter and the two other characters that I'm not going to try to explain to you. They're all being framed for Bruce Wayne's murder, so they're on the run. But apparently it has something to do with the Court of Owls, which they kind of did with the Gotham Knights video game. But yeah, like I said, wasn't a train wreck, but I still have issues with it. I don't know that I would watch the next episode. I don't think I would. But
you don't need to waste your time.
yeah, I have better things to do. And then last thing on the real life front, I am now officially, I talked a little bit about this on last week's episode in my messages, but now I am officially my mother-in-law's social media manager for her book that she is putting out, her devotional.
Nice.
So we are kicking things into high gear with that, trying to get the word out. And she's got a book signing that she's going to be doing in a couple of weeks, like a release event kind of thing. So getting really excited for that. But that's been pretty much it on the IRL side of things. Now, plenty going on in the IFL end of town. I finished and beat the Minish Cap, Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap.
Congrats.
Which was a good game.
Is that a 64 Wii? What is that?
That's actually a Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance game.
Oh, Advance.
Yeah.
Color.
Yeah, they just recently put some Game Boy Advance games on Nintendo Switch Online, and that was one of them. Yeah. So I had never played through the Minish Cap before, so went through that and beat it. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely loved it. Scratched the itch for Zelda. And speaking of Zelda, continued moving the needle on Breath of the Wild, but I did have to walk away from it for a little bit. Had a little bit of a mini rage quit on stream, which was fantastic. No, it was the first boss of the first dungeon. I could not beat this boss, and it's just over and over and over and over again. And so I finally had to put it down.
Yeah, sometimes just stepping away for a second, coming
It's
back.
nothing worse than a rage quit, though, man.
Yeah.
You just walk away so upset about it.
And then
back first try.
Yep, first
that
try.
happens
Knock
so
it out.
often.
Yeah,
In less than 3 minutes.
it's
Yep.
insane.
That literally happens so
Yeah.
often.
Mm-hmm.
But I posted on Twitter, I was like, I love a game, though, when it's like I had to rage quit this game and walk away. And then like 5 or 6 hours later, I was like, I really want to play again.
That love-hate relationship.
Yep. I did the same thing with Marvel Snap last week.
Yeah.
Rage quit for 18 hours. Came back and finally made headway. So
Just when I think
I
I'm
feel you.
out, keep pulling me back in. But yeah, no, I'm having a lot of fun being back in that world besides the annoying boss. But
Yeah.
it's getting me ready for Tears of the Kingdom. Also started, I know you mentioned this last week, Pat. I started playing Justice League Cosmic Chaos. Or
Yes.
Cosmic Chouse.
Chouse.
Yeah.
oh, Cosmic Joust.
Yeah, I agree with Pat on all fronts. I'm very much enjoying the game so far. I love the little little witty banter, the back and forth, like
Mm.
between Nolan North Superman and Dietrich Bader, who's actually played Batman a couple of different times in different cartoons.
Yeah.
Just and I don't remember who plays Wonder Woman. I don't remember, but yeah, all the little banter is fun, and gameplay's really fun. I just haven't been in a mood to play it. Like I played it for about like an hour or so, hour and a half, and then I just haven't come back to it yet. It's nothing to do with the game itself. I guess I haven't been in a mood for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda's calling your name.
Yeah, it's fair enough. However, I did start a new game today.
Oh, another one.
Yep, that just came out today, and is out on PlayStation Plus Extra.
Tchia. You
Yeah.
did. Oh, okay.
Tchia. Is
Now-
this like Chia Pet game? Like
No,
Chia
you
Pet
keep asking
Simulator?
that. Stop it.
No,
You grow the
no, it's nothing
Nope.
like
poofy.
Nope, stop
No?
Stop it.
Nope.
Nope.
Can't make me.
that. I
Fair.
can't make you,
That's-
but
that
I'm going
is
to
fair.
pretend
You
you
wondered
are.
when this was gonna boil over.
How do
today.
you mute? All right.
You know how to do it. Go for it.
People
say,
at home,
I
these
was
two
gonna
have been
say,
at
I
each
can
other
do
all
that
day.
anytime I want.
Oh, he's got the power.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
No, the game is actually like the setting and the culture and the characters are actually based on a real life part of the world. It's called New Caledonia. It's a French
Fake news.
territory that's in like the South Pacific. It's like near like Australia and New Zealand and like Fiji, kind of in between there,
I could take your word for it.
or
You
not.
get a good look at a T-bone.
Set him up, knock him down.
But yeah, it's based on a real place. Obviously, the world they've created in Tchia is not. They've changed all the names and stuff, so it's a different area.
Protect their identity.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Protect the traditions of that culture is what they mentioned.
Mm.
Because the nice thing is, like, when you start the game, they like give you this little like preface kind of thing, like this game is based on this part of the world. You're going to hear these couple of different languages. You're going to be able to see the subtitles, so you'll be able to understand it. But you'll be hearing these couple of different languages. Those are the main languages of that area of the world, which is French, and I want to say it's pronounced Droa, but I can't remember. But it's a different type of language, obviously. And I just got out of the tutorial, and that's like 45 minutes
Whoa.
into the game.
Mm.
So it's a slow burn. Now, granted, the game is beautiful.
Mhm.
Like
That's good.
it gives off like major Breath of the Wild vibes.
Oh.
Like right down to the fact that like one of the first items you get is like a little paraglider thing, which is very Breath of the Wild. And just the graphics and the art and everything is just very Breath of the Wild style. But yeah, I just left the first island and kind of now able to free roam on my own because it's an open world exploration adventure type game. But yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus Extra, check it out because it's free on there right now.
Sure is.
There you go.
But I will let you know more once I play more of that. And then of course been playing more Fortnite with the old crew, with the Facklers and with Tim Pollen. Moving up things in the battle pass. I'm level 39 or 40 right now, I think. So moving our way in, having a lot of fun with that. But yeah, that is pretty much everything with me on the Iffle and Earl front.
There you go.
go. Patrick,
Yes.
how are you, sir?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
That's about it on the real life front.
And
great.
out.
I mean, this past week was no excitement at all. It was just work, come home, and play WWE 2K23.
There you go.
Eat, sleep,
Rinse
There's
and
no
And-
repeat.
sleep involved.
everything. Oh,
Eat,
yeah,
sleep,
that's true.
WWE. That's pretty much. I took last Tuesday off because it was like if you pre-ordered the game, a certain edition, you were able to play 3 days early. So I took Tuesday off, and it was. I got up, Kids went off to school, went straight downstairs in the man cave to play some games. And it was 4 p.m. And my wife's like, hey, Clark's about to get off the bus. And I'm like, I haven't eaten at all today.
Gosh.
It felt like 3 minutes had passed. So I just been playing WWE all week. There's like 6 or 7 different modes. I finished one mode. Well, finished it. I got all the trophies in one mode. It took quite a while. It's like the card based kind of game where you collect cards. Each card has a wrestler on it, and you use that wrestler to wrestle against others. And then
Lucas is immediately interested.
you continue to build up,
Yeah.
and each card you can add powers to each card, whether that's additional
Fireballs.
submissions or not that kind of game.
Fatality.
Now, seriously, if there was a WWE Mortal Kombat crossover, oh, you better believe it. I may take a day off for that too. But yeah, so I played a ton. I finished that mode and I went on to this other mode. It's called My Rise, and it's basically a story mode. And they have a female story mode and they have a male story mode. And they're long. 15, 20 hours for each mode, for each storyline, which is insane. All fully voiced. They have all the high profile wrestlers in there. They have some like original wrestlers in there, all fully voiced, and it's really well done, really well done. And I get to a point now. I'm gonna get the platinum on this. That is the goal. After I get the platinum, just like last year and the year before, I will continue to play it even after I get the platinum. Because sometimes once I get the platinum, I'm done. Like I'm done on the shelf. Next game. WWE is a little bit different. So I get to a point in the My Rise female storyline where you can choose two different options, and whichever option you select, you're going to get a trophy regardless. So the goal is, I can upload the save to the cloud right before this choice, make the choice, close out the game, download my save, make the other choice, get the second trophy, and then I play the rest of the mode. Neither trophy popped.
Oh no.
And so I look online and they say if you own the digital version, you are currently out of luck in getting those two trophies.
Oh my gosh.
The only way you can do that is if you so this is the workaround. People say upload your save to the cloud. Then download it from the cloud, keep it on your console. So if you make sure the save is on your console, delete the game. Remove the internet from your system.
That's a lot of steps, man.
Install the disc if you have the disc, so it has the original no updates, no patches or anything, just a base game. Then continue on in your story, get those trophies, and then you can
go back
to the new patches and things like that.
Sacrifice your firstborn child.
Currently the only way to do it. And I'd be lying to you if I haven't thought about buying the disc.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised you haven't bought the disc already. I was waiting for you to say, and so I went to Target, or I went to Walmart, or I went to Best Buy.
$60 for a meaningless platinum. But no, I'm gonna wait until hopefully they patch it, because I've seen where there's glitches to a trophy and they don't patch it. Yeah, and it's
a coin toss at this point.
Oh man, it's so frustrating.
It's still new enough though. I feel like they'll probably fix it.
I hope so, because one of the things is, I had my own plan in mind. I was gonna go through the My Faction, the card-based system, the game, and then I would go to the My Rise, both the storylines. I would do the other mode, which is called My GM. I'm gonna do that. I've also done the showcase mode, which is the John Cena, which was so weird, by the way. Normally, with like last year's Rey Mysterio, he's been wrestling for like 30 something years. And so they went through his entire career from when he started to 2 years ago. They did all the matches. With John Cena, it's not chronological. it goes for you don't start off with his first match in the WWE. You start off when he was like 10 years in the business. And then 2 matches later, then you do the first match of his career, and then you do the last matches of his career, and then you go back and you do another. It was so disjointed. I wish I could have done like a chronological. It would have made sense just to see him, because the whole thing is you. This is like a never give up. You are supposed to defeat John Cena. Normally, you are the character. Right, last year, you were Rey Mysterio. This year, you're not John Cena. You're all of his opponents trying to defeat John Cena. And the goal is, or the whole thing is, never give up. Even though you lose, you find out, what kind of character you are after you lose. How are you going to respond to that? It was a good message, but man, it was done terribly. So the plan was to, did that, and then go on to the universe mode, which is like seasons mode, where you put your wrestlers on Raw, SmackDown, you create your pay-per-views, do matches and all that stuff. And that's where most of my time is in. But Lucas, you said it before, fight sleep. That's exactly what I did this past week. It
Nice.
felt like I was playing Hades again, up till 4 a.m. I'm like, just one more match. Just one more match. I'm just going to do this. And then I'm going to do that, and then I'll be done. And then something else pops up. I'm like, you know what? That seems like a quick match. And it just goes, and it's all of a sudden it's 4 a.m.
I can't do that anymore.
I did that for like 7 straight days.
Oh my gosh.
And I've already have 63 hours in this game so far.
Almost an average of 10 hours a day.
Yeah. I probably put in 14 hours on Tuesday.
Can't wait to see your stats at the end of the year.
I looked, and it's currently around like 40 or the 40s of total playtime of all my games, but probably by next week
early.
it's going to be in the top 10. I mean, let's be honest. If I'm probably going to be over 100 hours after 2 weeks. I love this game. And then, like I said, no real life. I don't care about my life. I'm going to say hi to the kids. If you want to come down and hang out with me, I'm going to play WWE 2K23, or I'm going to grab my Steam Deck and remote play it, and I'm going to be up in the living room playing it. So, love that game. It's really fun. They've done so many updates to it. Like, everything that was good last year, even better this year. Everything that was bad last year, they made it good this year. And like,
Nice.
it's so well done. The community online, where they're creating like wrestlers and updated wrestlers, new attires. They're going into the game files. They're finding hidden wrestlers that were in the base game, or wrestlers that were planned for this game. They're able to extract that and upload it to the community curations for the rest of us to download and use. It is absolutely amazing what they're able to do with the game. It's so fun. It's endless possibilities.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how much just random people take so much time and do stuff like that. We all appreciate it, to us people that like literally never post anything or any helpful anythings. Like those people that are out there just doing it like for the good, for their own good or for our good. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. So one of the creators, it's what's the status? That's his handle on Twitter, and he goes into the game files and he messes with them. Like currently he's trying to make intergender matches where you do female versus male, and so he started to mess with those. And at WWE Games, who's like the handle for the WWE 2K23, unfollowed him as soon as he posted that.
Wow.
Like they were like, I don't know why they unfollowed him, but they've been following him for like 6 years, and I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it's because he's like vocal about going into the game files and just, but guys like this are the reason why people play your game and buy your game, is because of all the stuff that you
can
that
play around with it.
just sitting in there, and stuff that he does doesn't always translate into a perfect like result, because he's taking stuff that's incomplete. It's not all the way done. So some of it looks janky. Like there's like some wrestlers, when you're creating them, If you go into like to edit the superstar, their head is in their chest. Their arms are like spaghetti noodles, like it looks like that. But when you're in the actual ring, they look like normal wrestlers. So it's just like those glitches that WWE doesn't want you to see, doesn't want to break the game, doesn't want all that stuff. I get it, but then again, these creators are the people that keep this game alive. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I tell you what, man.
I'll tell you what.
Man.
I'll tell you what.
That picture, like you sent, like one of the matches that you did, like when you first started playing, it was like Batman versus the Undertaker from like 2004 or something.
Yes,
like
yeah.
Like I want to see that.
And they do it really well. Like some of the big ones are like RoboCop, Batman, Superman, Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Like it is hilarious. The all the differences and all the characters that you can create in there. It's just amazing.
Insane.
I'm not gonna be Peter Griffin. I want to keep my game more simulated, but I mean, if there's gonna be Batman or Superman, I'm definitely gonna be using those guys.
Yep.
But yeah, that's that's me. And
That's you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Lucas,
So,
last but not least. Last but least.
Thank you. That makes me feel so good inside.
I love you.
I love you too. On the IFL front, it's Marvel Snap. So, Galactus maining it. Don't make that face. I just listened to your WWE.
I will make the face I want to make. Huh?
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do.
That's why I wear the glasses. You're making me go blind with that face.
I can't believe you still have the glasses on.
You know what? I'm committed. I am committed. So doing that a little bit on the side, of course, here and there, during plot time and all that stuff. In real life is where it's been for me. Like, lots of stuff going down. I'm
hoping we got a cat update this week.
Well, we kind of do, because the bug guys came and they sprayed the venom, the poison, whatever they're using. They sprayed it all over the house. Like, we had to leave the house for like 6 or 7 hours.
That's it.
They didn't
dangerous.
They didn't bomb it.
Just come right back in.
He said, "This is really dangerous. Really
back after
really
lunch.
strong poison." You
Did they put one of the circus tents over your whole house?
No, they didn't do that. They have a huge like Ghostbusters backpack, like that's just filled with poison, and then they just spray everywhere. They poke holes. Like, this is so bizarre. This is
everything.
I don't know if this is how they do it in the States. If you guys have done spraying for bugs or whatever, they've literally drilled holes in the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
And that's not my ceiling. And the landlord said it was fine.
Rental.
So it was like, you know what? Whatever it takes to kill everything that's in this house, minus us. Whatever it takes.
They just drilled a hole and they just pumped it full of.
They drill a hole, and they shoved the spout, like they shoved the gun, the venom, the poison gun into it, and it just shoots it into the crawl space. And I have to like cover the TV, cover the couch, because the poison like falls through the slats. You know how I told you last week or 2 weeks ago that a cat peed?
This is a bizarro thing.
It's so bizarre.
It
like
really
the first time it happened, I was in the house watching what they were doing. And I didn't cover anything because they said, "Oh no, we'll take care of it. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine." And then they spray the stuff, and all of a sudden
They were
it's
thinking
dripping
it's not
through the
my
ceiling. And I'm like,
It was
"Dude,
not fine.
I got a television here. I got sofa. I got all this stuff, and you're just like dripping this poison crap all over it." I'm just
Is
like,
that why you're wearing sunglasses so we don't see your bloodshot eyes from all the
yeah,
poison?
Your eyes are a
some
different
of it
color.
got in my eyes. I had to sacrifice myself for my television. I was like, "Don't get poison on the television." And so I had everything covered. Family helped me. Like, we locked it down, covered everything up, and then we left and went out and about. We celebrated my birthday early. Went to Olivier Garden and got endless salad and breadsticks. That's Olive Garden for those that don't speak Portuguese.
Is that really how they say it?
Olivier Garden, yeah.
Interesting.
Sounds like Swedish.
Yeah,
Doesn't sound as good.
Olive Garden.
it's like the Swedish chef. Rudy.
I'm going to the Olive Garden. Yeah, Olive Garden. So we went there. I mean, yeah, I don't know. When's the last time you guys walked away from a restaurant and you thought maybe you'd have to take a wheelchair? Like you just ate so much. Patrick, is it Long John Silver's? Is that the last place?
Oh no, because I don't eat there. What do you think?
No, normally you crap your
gotta
pants
eat in
before you get out of
secret.
there.
You can't get full because you're constantly crapping. It's like a dialysis of crap.
It's a whole cycle before you even get out of the restaurant.
Circle of poop.
And it moves all greasy.
It moves.
Oh, man.
It moves.
Comes out the exact same as it went in.
Yep.
Crap.
Crapalysis. That's what it's a dialysis with your crap. That's what they call it. So no, but seriously, where's the last place you guys ate that you walked out and you thought maybe you'd have to use a wheelchair, lay in the back seat?
Man, I feel like every time I go to like a hibachi place,
Ooh,
Really?
yes.
that's just like so much
For
rice
sure.
and stuff. Like I just walk out of there like, oh man, you just gotta like waddle out of there.
And the food is so good, I don't want to stop.
You just keep
Like,
eating,
I just want to keep eating.
We recently went to this place called Buca di Beppo. It's like an Italian place.
I've heard of that.
Buca di
I don't think you
Beppo.
said that right. You need to say that correctly, please.
Buca di Beppo.
That was not the accent I thought you would go with, but you know what?
That's straight Luigi.
Hi, we
like
went to
it.
the Buca di Beppo.
It's like
I like-
Irish Italian.
Irish is the only accent I can do.
What about you can do like Joey's reggae?
All I can
I
think
went
of
to
is
Buco de Beppo, man.
all I can think of is the Family Guy skit, the cutaway where he's in Italy and he's like, listen, I can talk to him. Hold on, and he's like, boobity boppy, bibbity boppy, bibbity boppy, 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 and like,
Boppity boopy.
Yeah, and they put out the bread beforehand. That's my kryptonite. You
It's your
put out
weakness?
warm bread with like oil and butter. I'm just like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have 6 rolls before the dinner comes.
Oil
See,
and
I can
butter?
pass
That's
the
like
bread,
heart
though.
attack.
That's not my crutch. The bread is not like doesn't. I know that most people are like
Yeah.
that. I
You
feel
get
like
a
if they
Red
eat a bunch
Lobster,
of bread,
you get those
Oh,
cheddar
yeah, the
biscuits.
Oh, that's a
buttery
different story.
cheddar baked biscuits.
Yeah.
you can make a meal out of those though.
What are you here for? I'm just gonna have the biscuits. Is that cool? Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
the least I can order to get 100 biscuits.
Yeah, mine is Texas Roadhouse with their cinnamon butter. Like just,
That is
I have a
delicious.
little bit of
Yes.
bread with a lot of bit of cinnamon butter. Like it's
A
just
lot
like
of it.
I might as well
It's
just
one of those
eat
little
a
cups.
stick.
There's
I
you
just
should have one of
spoonful.
those little cups for each roll.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
so yeah.
Just wanted to see how long it'd go.
Yeah.
Mark, do you have a getting stuffed
I had to think about it because like I
story?
tend to
La
not-
Coretta.
Boppity boopy.
Honestly, that's probably the last time I
You're your
did.
mic.
You're my mic.
There you go.
Sorry. Honestly, that was the last time.
Way closer.
That was the last time. No.
Don't walk into the light, Mark. Getting sucked in.
I can't help it. It's so beautiful. No, I think that was the last time I ever got full on anything was something at La Coretta. But like typically I don't tend to
That's good.
overeat.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing I just do it every single time I eat.
Someone's got to be responsible here. Honestly, I think before Olive Garden, it had been a long time since I had overeaten.
Sweatpants meal.
Yeah, just like you know what? Just one more bite, and then it's like 10 bites later. I'm like,
You ever
this
meet
is
a person
so
that
good.
literally will like unbutton their pants and make the announcement?
I mean,
That's
that's
like Thanksgiving time.
that's
with people.
Thanksgiving,
crazy
right?
Like
uncle.
those people.
I've never been
are
out in public and people
monsters.
say that, but during like family gatherings, and I definitely have family in West Virginia that do that. So
Brought the extra stretchy ones this
Brought the
time.
sweatpants today.
I can't tell you how many times I've been wearing jeans at a meal and just been like, "Dang it, why did I do that?" They don't have any give.
They didn't
You
wear
got to
basketball
wear.
shorts or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know? For me though, that really doesn't make any difference. Like thinking about it, like we're men. Like our waist doesn't matter what we do; it stays the same. I could get
Yeah.
way fatter, and my waist would still be the same.
Yeah.
32 genes.
It's like a 34. I think it's been since I was like 18 years old.
But then like your upper stomach area is like 55.
Oh yeah, I have the top half of a large man.
It's like the muffin top that's exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I'd have to wear a stretchy shirt maybe.
Yeah. Mindy and I do this thing at Olive Garden where I get the salad, breadsticks, and soup endless. And then she gets a meal, and then she gives me a portion of it. So
Scammers. Scam.
I get the scamming the system. It's awesome.
Scammer.
And I got my daughter to join in on the fun. And she almost died also because she just kept eating and eating. I mean, those breadsticks.
They
you
are
just
good.
Get those breadsticks.
Do you get them with the fettuccine dipping sauce?
The what?
So Elizabeth, this is the first
I haven't
time
had
I've
that.
ever heard of it.
Tell me more.
Every time you get to Olive Garden, it doesn't. I don't think it even costs anymore. You get a boat of like fettuccine, like Alfredo sauce.
Oh, I see.
With your breadsticks, and you just dip the breadsticks in it. It's unbelievable.
Ooh. I've never thought of asking for it. Usually, I get some kind of creamy sauced pasta, and I just dip it in that.
She always asks for a boat of the Alfredo sauce every time.
Oh, all right. I'm doing that next time.
It'll make it worse. What you're talking about
And better.
Oh no, I know.
It's gonna
but
make
that's
it worse,
okay because it's better.
But
it's
it
better
is
that
good.
way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was amazing. So did that on Saturday. But prior to that, and prior to the bug bombing and the spraying of the house with all the poison and jazz, I went on a biology trip. I went on my first real field trip at my school, and it was
biology
an experience. No, I do not. I was there.
Were you
in a biology class?
I made it up. I was just like, yeah, so these are actually, scientifically speaking, these are
You need different glasses.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
The midichlorians of this one.
And then, this one has 5,000 metachlorians, while this one has only 4,000. So
We go from science to straight Star Wars.
How did that work? Like, who wants to do a biology field trip? I guess I could do it.
I'll do
it. Well, they did have the bio teacher. We're a smaller
draw
school,
straws for it.
So they have
The biology teacher doesn't want to do it.
It's like, send the new guy. He'll go.
The history teacher's going.
Well, what was great actually, we had local people that were teaching them biology, so I didn't have to worry about.
Did you put an ad in the classifieds for this? Like, what do you mean local people?
No, we just found them on the way there. So
you have a megaphone out the window.
This is how it works. This is how it works.
Bus and people just kept getting on.
The bus leaves at 6 a.m. We have a 5-hour drive.
What?
Yeah.
Nobody's volunteering for this trip.
Officially the worst.
You didn't want to do it.
Death sentence.
Now, I've gotten up early a lot of times in my life, so I was okay with that. But when they told me it was like a 5-hour drive, I'm like,
by the time you get there, you got to go back.
But it's on a charter bus, so it was okay.
So
it was
what,
very comfortable.
So it's worse.
They go 90 miles an hour in the charter bus? Like,
Oh yeah, they go fast. They don't fool around.
Dude, most charter buses to me smell awful. Like whatever they use for clean out the bus or spray or anything like that. I don't know what it is. It just
probably just because of other people. They're gross.
Other
That's
people
also
are
an
obnoxious
option.
every time I get on it.
Yeah, this one smelled okay though. So we took a little 5-hour drive. Then we got there, had lunch. Then we took a 3-hour boat ride. Then we left.
They took the rocks with them.
Then we took a 3-hour boat ride.
That's geology.
So they just went out in the water like 20 feet and like, yeah, life. Let's go home.
Isn't it cool? So yeah, we rode a boat to an island. And at that island, we walked a trail, looked at nature. We got to a huge waterfall and a swimming hole where we all just got to swim, jump off the rock ledge actually it was right awesome. Under the waterfall. So you could literally get under the waterfall and just get cool. It beat the crap out of you. It was like the power of water is amazing. It was
that's cool.
Really
you go under it.
Yeah. So you go under it, jump in. It was easily just a little bit above freezing. It was so cold, the water. But it was very nice. And other than the bugs, let me tell you, they had mosquitoes, of course. They had very large spiders. I took a picture of one. I'll post it on the Discord later. A very large spider we ran into. But those weren't the bugs you had to worry about. It was these little bugs that they call buhachudos.
These
And
ones that
they-
swim up your pee stream.
No, we did talk about that in the watering hole.
Worst case scenario.
With
if you
all
ask
the
me.
guys, I was like, guys, do not pee in this place.
Nobody peeing here. We don't know.
They will swim up your pee hole. So,
I will never pee
and they were
in
like, "Wait,
another
are you
body of
serious?"
water ever.
yeah, no, definitely not.
After hearing that,
For
Is that
sure.
a thing? Is that really a
It is.
thing?
It is. A
Yeah,
thing.
there's
There
a real
is
there's a real
it's just-
parasite in the Amazon.
yeah,
in
it
the
swims
river.
up, and then the only way to get it
just
out
goes,
is
whoop,
dying.
pliers.
pretty much death. Yeah. No, it actually swims up, and it has hooks, but they're the opposite direction, so you couldn't actually pull it.
Yeah, it's
out.
like a
You'd have
wall
to-
anchor. It's like
you
a
have to
like an
do,
anchor you use to put into
surgery
like,
to get it
yeah.
out of your.
Who-
I don't know if I don't know how to say it on the show.
Hades
Johnson.
Out of your
urethra.
Out of your Frank and beans.
your no square.
Wait, is yours square?
Isn't yours?
Hey, let's compare.
I somehow feel like this is too much information.
Steer away from the skin.
Wait, are the triangles? in
Mark's
there?
about to run out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
But yeah,
Yeah, that is a
so-
real thing. The most terrifying thing ever. I feel like
Yeah, no, for sure. We didn't run into any of that, thankfully. But
What's
the
graphic gonna
buhachudos,
be for this one?
blue hashutus.
buhachudos, they look like gnats, and then they have teeth of vampires, and they bite you, and it hurts, and you immediately start bleeding.
Like a horsefly.
Kind of, but you can see a horsefly. Like you can see a horsefly, and you can hear it coming at you. These guys look like little gnats, and they're just like, zip.
And then they have teeth
And
the
then
same
they-
size, like as they are.
Yeah, exactly, the same size as a small chihuahua. Like they're just like. they
So
take
we
a
just
bite
like
out of you.
bloodied up the whole time. You would never know. Maybe no way to.
Continues to not sell me on Brazil.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I still
Wouldn't
don't
be the first time.
understand.
It's not for everybody.
yeah, it's not.
Poison,
that was a-
bugs.
The whole trip, that was really the bugs were.
When
of
did
course,
you
the
get
only
back?
part.
Did you spend the night there?
Yeah, we spent the night there. We left Wednesday, 6
Like
a.m.
in the
like I said,
wilderness.
and we stayed till Friday. We came back and got back about 8 or 9
okay.
o'clock Friday
The-
night.
Normal field trips I think of are, you're there and you come back same day.
Oh no, sorry.
I
This
was
is
trying
a.
to figure out
this
you're
is a
driving
two-nighter.
5 hours. I'm like, there's no way.
It's like, all right, then we got an
Okay.
hour. See all you can see. Then we're headed back. Okay. No,
All right,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, it's an overnight field trip, multiple nights. We went to this island, and like I said, we were exploring. One thing that was super cool is we went to another island down. I almost said down the road, but it was really down the stream, down the channel. And we were like 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk from the beach. Like it was nice. Like we both mornings when I went out with the kids, I volunteered to watch the sunrise. It had been a long time since I'd seen a sunrise on the beach, like coming out of the water. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but
that's really nice.
it's pretty magical.
Yeah.
Nice.
The first morning was subpar. It like peeked through some of the clouds, but the second morning it had that deep orange and
beautiful.
it just winked out of the water, and that's like, to me, that's like the coolest moment when it just peeks out and it's so dark orange.
It is like
And
a
that-
magical experience.
Mhm.
That was the one time I actually was doing science and talking science, because they were all like, why is it different colors? And I'm like, well, actually, when the light hits the atmosphere, it bounces. And so I explained all that science stuff to him. Not in that voice.
Oh, you should have. That
I
would've
should have
been-
though. Well, actually,
If ever was a time.
I know,
right?
but it was like 6:30 in the morning, so I just wasn't 100% on the game.
You're like,
and
kids, be quiet.
shut up, watch the sun.
I got a feeling at 6 a.m, you and I probably would not get along very well.
No, probably not.
You probably have a lot of energy in the morning, don't you?
I do. I can.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's why you're wearing sunglasses. Ronnie punched you in the face. You got a black
No,
eye.
dude, honestly, we would not get along at all.
I'd be hugging you.
I'm such a jerk in the morning.
But yeah, so the beach definitely had a lot of cool experiences watching the sunrise at night. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a place where there's little to no like light at night, like light pollution, and seeing the stars.
All the
But,
stars.
oh my gosh,
So
there
cool, dude.
there are like 10 times the stars that we see in a normal,
Yeah.
like with the naked eye, and a normal setting with your porch lights and your
Yeah.
street lights and stuff. We were out on the beach, and it was just like, it
It's
felt
like
like
you're
I
in a
was
different
looking at-
world.
Yeah, it looks like I'm looking
It's
at
crazy.
the left side of the Milky Way. Like it just there's so many stars, so many stars.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we were looking down at the sand, and when you scraped in some parts of the beach, when you would scrape your foot across, there are little I don't know if they're buhashudlus or little creatures in the sand that when you brush on them, they react with bioluminescence and they light up.
Whoa.
And
That's cool.
super cool. And so we did that 2 nights also. One of the nights, some people said they saw a jellyfish, like with some bioluminescence out in the water, but I think they
That
were
would
just
be
making
sweet.
that up. But it might have been out
Possibly,
there.
yeah.
It was still pretty. It was super cool. So that was a fun trip. The craziest part of the trip though was we walked through a marsh, and when I say we walked through a marsh, we trudged through waist high mud.
I was gonna say that sounds not fun at all.
Now that smell you talked about on the bus,
From
that
you.
was the marsh. That it smelled like all the animals decided to fart at once, and then just
So,
It
like, what
was
kind of animals did you have to
gross.
look out for in this marsh? Because I immediately think, like, well, there's going to be huge alligators, probably.
Yeah.
totally talked about the alligators, and they said that there was a trip one year where like people almost put their hand on an alligator. Like it was just
What?
laying in the mud.
I would have turned around immediately.
Yeah, but
I'd be like, well, I'm not
you're
going on this trip.
high mud. It is so like so many people lost the soles of their shoes because
But you're going to say lost their lives. That's what it sounds
So
like.
many-
Field trip. What's
so many
this?
students lost their hands to alligators.
Yeah, best case scenario, 80% of the people return.
Yeah, that's
Did
that's
you even have
pretty-
to sign a flyer or anything, or is it just
like a
if you lose your life, they just keep going?
Yeah, we're not responsible if a alligator
If you get
bites
eaten, we're just going to keep moving
Yeah.
on.
Guys, we can
Yep.
stretch out on the bus now. Beautiful.
Yeah, extra seat for me. Yeah, no, we didn't run into any gators or crocodiles or any big creatures. We did run into crabs. Like they were like little, clink clink, like little sidewalking crabs. They were like in the trees. So you'd put your hand on a tree to get some.
It's a bizarre place you're in.
It
It's
was
like an Avatar world that Lucas has vacationed in.
they did our
does
guy
sound like that.
really informative. Like he told us that people don't know this, but the marshlands are really the what is it, Bersadio, the nursery for pretty much all water-based creatures like fish, amphibians, anything that is associated with water starts in a marshland and then goes out to water areas. So it's kind of cool.
Sharks, they just grow up, they get their legs and just walk out into the ocean.
Yeah, and
They're
just
like,
walk out of
ready-
there.
the
It's like,
legs
hey,
fall
what's
off.
up? But every like most water-based animals have their connection to some kind of marshland. Like it's like the nursery area for a lot
It
of.
sounds like quite a safari.
Yeah, it was quite the safari. Really cool. Really the walking, the trudging through of the marsh was really crazy.
That does sound crazy.
Yeah. So it was a cool trip. I'll definitely do it again if they invite me back. Yeah, we had awesome times of worship, devotional times, talking about God's creation, praying together. It was a 10th grade class trip. So this is my Bible class, one of my Bible classes. So it's really cool to get to know them more, to spend time with them that wasn't just classroom oriented, but was more laid back, and getting to hang out with them was really, really cool. So besides that, the last thing that's going on is I am single parenting this week. Mindy ditched me and went spring break, woohoo, to Orlando,
Finally's had
Florida.
enough.
Yeah, she's had enough. She's just like, you know what? Peace. I'm out. And she headed out early Sunday morning. And so I've been the last couple of days been bachelor with the kids, just hanging out. We
Did she go on some kind of trip, or did she actually
yeah,
just run away?
it's a work related trip. She's supposed to be because she accepted a position to become the guidance counselor of the school. She has to get training for child safety and to teach everybody else at the school about.
I was
those
thinking
kinda
maybe she just didn't like
guidelines.
6 a.m. Lucas.
Well, that also is the case, but I'm wise enough to know
You
to
don't say
leave her
anything.
alone. And she doesn't talk with me until about 9 or 10 o'clock, Lucas. So, yeah. But yeah, and I think for the most part, it's been going okay. The meals really started out strong. I made a mean frozen cheese pizza where I added pepperoni to it. It was pretty high end. We had burgers yesterday, gourmet burgers. And then today things kind of fell off. The wheels fell off as I was a little tired from doing a little gaming with Patrick last night. We stayed up way too late playing Wheel of Fortune and, talking about cake pulp and all kinds of weird stuff that we tried to spell out in Wheel of Fortune. But
I'll tell you what, playing that Wheel of Fortune and under the gun, and you have that timer right in front of you,
dude,
like,
my mind just goes blank.
I'm like, I know the answer,
nothing.
but what is it? One
What
of the
are
things,
words?
one of the categories was food and drink, and it was chocolate chip cookies and I had no idea what the and was. Or
it was blank blank L blank. Then I think
it was 2 4-letter words.
yeah.
One had an L, the other one had
No, they both had an L.
C.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one had a C and one had a
Yeah. So I was like chocolate chip cookies and I saw the 8 seconds left. I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I said cake pulp. I was like,
and I immediately took a screenshot because as we all know, cake pulp is not real.
Not a thing. So glad, not real.
It sounds gross,
it's cake pulp. Just sounds like crumbs
but like in a mushy liquid form.
in orange juice.
No,
It was actually cold milk. That's
Yes.
what the answer
Told
was.
you.
Yeah.
Yep,
and
chocolate
I
chip
was
cookies and cold milk.
Totally wrong there.
Yes, just a little bit.
But we had a blast playing that Wheel of Fortune.
We did. Well,
I
that was a
not
blast.
expecting it to be fun.
Hit me
But then
up, man.
today-
I love Wheel of Fortune.
It's free on PS Plus right
Yep.
now.
Download it.
Part of the
Well,
extra package of all the games or
I didn't know
whatever.
you guys were playing it.
Well,
I
we
didn't
didn't
think
know
we
until
were.
last night.
We played 4 games, and
Yeah.
like maybe 30 minutes max each. And the Wheel of Fortune we played for maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was a
It's
good
my
one.
jam, man. It's my
So
jam.
yeah, if you want to play, there's room for a third.
It's
We-
there's online co-op. Co-op?
Wigamawak joined us out of nowhere when we were
Whack 'em a
playing.
whack.
Yeah, that was the name of the real person that joined us out of nowhere. We thought it was just going to be us and the computer, and
It
then
was
all of a sudden,
AI at the start.
it started out with Alicia or Alyssa,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it was Wigamawak. We're like, who the heck are you?
I
Who invited you to the party?
I didn't know there was an online community enough for where we would have a
No,
third
we totally
player.
didn't even think anybody else would be playing at the same time. And they were. They've been waiting their whole lives for someone else to join.
Holy crap! There's other
They were
people.
like, there's
Now's
2
my
more people here.
chance.
It's not like it's a new game either.
No, it's not.
Wigamawak's been playing it for like 6 years straight.
Yeah.
We finally have someone to play with, and I
Yeah.
owned him. I totally owned him at the end.
You did.
You beat him.
And then it was like every second spin, Lucas bankrupt.
Oh my gosh.
Bankrupt.
This game
Bankrupt.
hates me. I was just bankrupt the whole time.
He even mentioned it earlier. He's like, I just get bankrupt all the time, and yes, it was true for him.
It was true. It hurt. The game hurt me. So, but yeah, speaking of bankrupt, I was bankrupt from energy the next day after staying up way too late with Patrick. And we got home after like we had school, and then I had to take Natasha to the dentist and all this stuff. We got home and I was like, I got to take a nap. I took a nap. I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 6:25. I got to start getting ready for school. I got to wake up Tasha for school. And then I was like, wait a second. It's 6:25 p.m.
Yeah, I think it's ready for a loop,
It was
man.
it was just the right, like it's now to the point where 6:25 p.m. and a.m. look the same in terms of the darkness.
Yeah.
It's hard when you
outside.
wake up though. You're in that like dazed state too.
Oh,
Like
so
everything, you can't
dazed.
really like zone in on anything. Like
I couldn't.
yeah,
So I
know
walked.
what you mean there.
I walked downstairs and I'm like, what can I make that's super easy? And there it was, Olive Garden leftovers. And I was like, let's do this. So I heated up pasta for the kids. Didn't have enough pasta for me, so I put in some bacon flavored tater tots and got out some tortillas and put some pepperoni and cheese, and I've then put the tater tots inside the tortilla with pepperoni and
This
cheese.
100% sounds like a person who does not live with a wife.
A classic ingredient stack, right
You
there.
know what,
yeah.
Patrick? You would have done the same thing. You inspired me to do that.
100%. Like,
You know what?
we
It
got
tasted
here?
awesome. Like it
bet
was
I
so
bet it
good.
did.
That's way better than some
You
of
don't
the
get to
stuff.
make those things on a normal basis. I bet it tasted so
The
awesome.
kids are eating their pasta and like, wait, we didn't know we could have pepperoni wraps with tater tots.
That was
We
an
want to
option.
create something.
That's Dad's meal. Back off.
Yeah, you can't make that with the wife. You will get judged so hard.
Oh yeah. Well, on top of that, afterwards, after James finishes his pasta, he's like, "Can I have some tater tots?" I'm like, "Sure." I look away. 2 minutes later, I look back, and James is like, "My tummy hurts." He had eaten like 15 of them in 2 seconds, and he proceeded to lay on the bed for like 20 minutes, like moaning and
This is
groaning.
what happened when
Stuffed
mom's
himself
not
full.
around.
Like,
Tell us what to do.
Mom would have been right away. Don't eat too many. And I'm just like, yeah, do whatever you want, son.
You're gonna learn
Have
today.
self-control. Can I have extra Coke? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Here you
It's
go.
your body. Go ahead.
You
There's
want to
no
jump off
rules.
the roof? Go jump off the roof. That's fine.
So,
Mom's out of here. No rules.
so,
It's a whole bunch of chouse in here.
so James is in the top bunk because that's where he sleeps now of his bed, and he still hasn't taken a shower. It's like 20 minutes till it's bedtime, and he's like, "I think I'm just gonna go to bed now." And I'm
He's
like, "You got to
bloated.
take a shower." But you also, James, you can't throw up. You cannot throw up. So I'm
Mom
like, telling
cannot
him,
know.
No, I can't have
If
to
I had
clean
to
up
tell her what you
vomit. Yeah, exactly. I'd be so dead. So,
We're all in trouble if that happens.
I'm taking you down with me, son. If I go, you're all gone.
If I go, everybody's going.
I'm gonna find a way to blame Tasha too. Oh man, so yeah, this is we're not even halfway there, and it's already the wheels are already coming off.
There's only 2 wheels left.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's a
He's gonna
garbage-
come home and like the refrigerator door is gonna be wide open. It'll be empty. You guys are all just
Raylan's,
gonna be
like,
stuffed to the
eating
rafters with
everything.
food,
Yeah.
laying there.
The cat in the ceilings, like eating all of our food. And,
The cat down there with you guys is laying on the floor stuffed.
just start calling that cat Garfield.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. So yeah. So there you go. That's I'll give next week. I'll give the second half of the single parenting update, and I hope the kids survive as long as one of them stays
They're
alive.
still alive by then.
As long as one is still alive, just like the bio trip. As long as they mostly live.
It's not even both of them. As long as
It's
one
a
of them
win.
makes it.
Yeah, as long as one of them. That's why we have 2. So at least one of them makes it. So. All right. Well, that's a wrap for my life and the fun that is being had. Let's go to the Discord sphere, shall we? We have a few. I might have to put up the sunglasses for this part. Show my eyeballs. Let's see. Hold on. Some people got really one Tim Pollen. He's Tim Pollen for this week. He got really on the ball, and the day before he posted his GMG mailbag question. So this is what he had to say. So after a corrupt save, after 17, sorry, I don't know why I said 7, the name of Ronnie's firstborn. After 17 hours in Hogwarts Legacy, I've restarted. This time as a witch. My question for you guys is this. Have you ever enjoyed a game so much you didn't mind starting over? By the way,
Yeah.
I'm manually saving after each mission this time around, and that's exactly how I beat the game of Skyrim. Saving after every mission, every
45
time
save
Yeah.
slots at the end of the game.
every
Hey,
time I opened a door, new
Video
save.
games used to make us do that.
They really did.
That's not even our fault. That's their fault.
Nope. It's
I
true.
did that with WWE 2K20, which was the glitchiest game I've ever played.
Oh yeah.
I put in about 100 hours of it, and I lost my entire save. So I went over to when I bought it on PlayStation and just continued on there. Put another 100
There you
hours
go.
on it.
You did it.
I've never had one cut out to where I have lost everything. I'm in an arc. I've been rolled back a lot, where I would lose a
Oh,
few
yeah.
hours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
That's
there are
so
games I would
deflating.
100% start over again with almost no problem. If that happened in Red Dead Redemption 2 or Grand Theft Auto, I'd start over immediately and be just as happy probably.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've dealt with anything like that. Where I've completely lost a save or something like that. I can't remember anything. And honestly, if something like that were to happen, more than likely I'd be like, no, I'm done. I'm done playing.
You got to really love the game. I feel like that,
Right.
or you got to be
You
like
do.
really like caught up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't remember the last time either, kind of like you, Mark, that I had a corrupt save, but I don't need corrupt saves to start some games over. I've started over Hades twice, platinumed it. I've started over Dead Cells twice, platinumed it. So
If it's a
Yeah.
game you love, you're gonna play the
mhm,
mess out of it.
play the mess out of it. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
There was one time where I accidentally you know how Nintendo Switch they have like save scumming basically where they have save spots where you can load from a certain point and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I meant to save, but I accidentally went to load instead of save
Oh,
Ah, dang
yeah.
it.
and lost like all the progress that I had just done. I was like,
Yeah, that sucks.
and I believe I was on stream when I was doing it.
No, no.
I was
Well.
like, no.
Well, Tim Pollen, good luck. Hopefully this second run around is
Yep.
or go around.
Make sure
He's
you get
getting
a
the
brew.
run around.
Do it run around, yeah, it's sure fire.
Keep it touch.
All the thing is coming down. I don't know words. I just mumble it. Yeah, get that harmonica going. Let's see. The final supervisor, Aaron, he said, as for me, I'm probably going to run credits on Final Fantasy VII Remake in the next week. Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm not looking forward to the end section, as I've heard it's extremely tedious and drawn out. I mean, it's a JRPG. That is par for the course.
Mhm.
Are there any end of the game levels, dungeons that you've experienced recently that just tire you out thinking about them? One that comes to mind for me is the final dungeon of Tales of Arise, which I finished last year. The thing was 3 hours before I got to the final boss. And it wasn't even the difficulty level. It was just too dang long. I can get final dungeons being slightly difficult, but this dungeon really seemed designed to drain you of all your healing items before you got to the final boss, which seemed more cheap than anything. That is crazy. 3 hours to lead up to the final boss.
That is a lot.
That is no joke.
Nasty. Nasty.
Mm-hmm. Can you guys think of any end of game levels, dungeons, anything that just went on way longer than you thought it should?
I have a couple actually too. Mark, you
Yeah.
go ahead first.
I actually responded in the Discord there, but I'll say here
Spoilers.
2 words: water temple
Mm-hmm.
from Ocarina of Time. That thing is a nightmare, and it is so easy for you to get turned around and lost and all that kind of stuff. And you've got to like mess with bringing up the water levels, like all these different ways, and absolute nightmare. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I used a walkthrough on that bad boy, so
Yep. I
Yeah.
was using a walkthrough and I still got lost.
yeah.
I think any of the final 3 or 4 bosses in Elden Ring, like they're so hard that it's just like preparing to fight them. It's like you're preparing to fight them all night. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be fighting them probably all night. Like
It's beating you up.
It's just you gotta keep repeating it until you beat them, and definitely is rough.
I can't think of any game where it's the end, but the beginning of Horizon Forbidden West, like it took like 10 hours for
Oh,
me
yeah, to get out
to
of the-
Forbidden
I
West.
hate when
The
that happens.
Dauntless
It was
or
like,
the-
when
whatever
is
it was
this
called.
game gonna start?
Yeah,
That was,
I don't like a long intro at all. Like if it's like longer than an hour for me, like I am like ready to quit.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
it was long. It was super long. The longest of any intro I've in recent memory.
Yeah, the first one for me that came to mind is the end of Broforce, Patrick, where it took us easily 3 hours to kill the devil. Like,
Oh, you're talking about the big snake with the devil head or whatever,
Oh,
like the serpent guy that comes out at the end.
is that?
Oh,
I mean, whatever the last boss
He's
is,
like he
the
technically is
devil.
like a snake, but he's like a big devil head on top of the snake. Like
Yeah, But he destroyed us so many times. He destroyed me. It was
You have
like
to get the
after
right
midnight.
characters for that. That's the only way to beat him.
What is it?
You just have to get like the right characters. Like
Right.
if they start you with 2 crappy characters, like you can forget it.
Give us a couple melee characters, and we're like,
Yeah, like what are you gonna do?
yeah. Or Turkey Boy with the turkey bomb, MacGyver, I think,
Yeah.
Bro-Gyver.
He's actually pretty good if you start. You just go up on the thing and use the turkey on him, like point blank range, because it doesn't actually hurt you, so you can blow it up on the spot.
That's true. That's true.
He's good. You
Yeah.
actually want to get the tank girl and get that tank out real fast, and you can drop it really quick.
Yep. Yeah, that one lasted way too long. But I don't think that was so much the game's fault as it was just me being super tired and just not being able to like even like last night when we were playing Wheel of Fortune, there was a certain point where I was like, I don't know words. What are letters? What is happening right now? I need to sleep. So yeah. But we should have played Wheel of Fortune first. So for future reference, let's do the spelling games first, the smart games first, and then save Spitlings for last. Or whatever, Furry Unleashed or whatever.
I just thought of one. It Takes Two. Took forever.
Ooh.
I felt like it would took for the first maybe 10 hours.
whole
it was
game.
great, but it just like, man, it was rough. The last 6 hours of that was rough.
Yeah.
Like, is this game
That's
gonna
a tough
end?
game, dude. Is that the one with the yarn? 2 like yarn characters?
No,
that's
no.
Unravel.
Oh no, that's
Unravel.
Oh,
It Takes
Unravel.
Two is when they're like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids into things, and like
I don't know
the
if I
And
played
that
that.
stupid freaking book.
yeah. What's wrong with the bug?
Let's throw you into the fire.
Let's talk about relationships.
No, you shut up.
Yeah. Let's see. Bernabe El Ronches Butters said filing forms, paying fees. Did I mention filing forms? And yeah, more government forms. Don't get a paper cut.
I don't
Fair enough.
Keep up the good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. At least
What
you got
worked in
past
the
the
end?
medical stuff, right? He got through the medical thing that we chatted about last
Round
time.
one of the medical
He doesn't.
stuff.
He doesn't
We
have a
gotta do
cold.
64 other ones after each
64 other rounds.
Yeah. Round one of 237.
I mean, he's got to be getting close to the end boss there.
That's like a real boss in real life.
Is the
Take
end boss
him
Joe Biden? Like, does he face off against him?
You gotta
No,
fight in
yeah.
the cage. Cage drops
match.
down. You gotta square off with him.
In this corner.
I could do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, I think that's it.
Yep.
From the joiners.
All right.
I don't think I missed. There's nothing on Facebook, right?
Correct.
I'm looking on the old
I don't
Twitter
think
sphere and I see nothing.
Do we post on Twitter or Facebook?
I don't know.
Yeah, we posted on Twitter.
You're fake searching. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine out there.
Yeah, it's not nothing there. Don't see
Looked
anything.
real to me.
No, I definitely posted on Twitter. The
Oh.
responses.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's all from us then. If you do want to share next time what's new in your neck of the woods, please do so. It would mean a lot, and we would like to hear from you. Talk about life with you, all that jazz. So you can find us on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and more. I don't know what the more is, or I do. I could probably talk about it. You could connect with us visually or spectatorly. There is YouTube, Twitch, and the like, where Marc is playing that old Breath of the Wild. Captain Bacon himself is playing some games. And then other joiners from our Discord are, hold on a second.
That's
Oh
got
my
to be a
gosh.
huge bug.
And then he put
Sunglasses.
the shades on.
They missed the ant. There was an ant they missed, and it was a big one, so I had to kill it.
Fair enough.
Pardon me. Where were we? Oh, you can also join us on Patreon and our merch page. You can support and gear up with us. So click that one link to rule them all. Linktree.com/thegmgpod. Of course, if you can't toss your attention or a coin to your podcasters, but are still the giving type, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, and Spotify. It helps us reach new joiners through stars, exclamation marks, and your feedback. So let your voice be heard, literally, if you prefer, at 929 GMG guys. Alrighty then, Marc, Pat, and Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live as you work and as you game.
2, 3, 4.